need to.
Man, dude, they have enough to worry about with Lex Luthor and
you
all
would think
them
I was
cats,
a
bro.
big time comical nerd
I
on
do.
the side of.
I think you're working with the Joker and Lex Luthor, sir. You took
Not just
out
them. I'm working with Marvel in general, it seems.
Marvel. Blasphemy. We're done with this podcast.
In just a little less than a half hour.
No, I'm not a Marvel guy. I'm a DC guy, but I like Marvel just as much as the next guy. But as you can see, you got Batman over here.
To
you got
him,
the Justice League right here.
even though he's born in the mid '80s,
I got Superman. I got
Marvel's like Marvel's like
shoes.
WCW. It's just number 2, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, WCW is non-existent now, and there's no clear cut.
Just like the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah. Just like the Rams of St. Louis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. They don't exist. WCW, yeah.
And the St. Louis Rams have something in common?
I mean, if the WWE does have a brand split between Raw and SmackDown, then maybe we'll have like some sort of version of a WCW, but it'll always be Vince McMahon's in competition with
himself.
Vince McMahon.
Exactly, and it's nothing that entertaining. It really isn't.
Yeah.
He's just going to bore us even worse than he did the week before.
Kurt Angle had his last wrestling match on Tuesday. So shout out to
Bobby Lashley.
So shout out to Kurt Angle. I don't know what happened in the match because it was on Impact.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say there was 4 or 5 angle slams. I forgot what Bobby Lashley's signature move was, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was an ankle lock at least once or twice. And I think you might have hit the nail on the head with a stolen finisher being the end of the match, no matter who won.
Yeah.
I think Lashley might have did a Dominator when he was in...
I don't remember what it was.
The big company. But
the big leagues?
Yeah, I think he might have ripped off Farouk. Or Ron Simmons, if you will. I really can't remember, though. Remember seeing a little bit of Lashley.
Well, that won't be his last wrestling match. I don't know. I listen to the Chael Sonnen podcast, and Chael Sonnen keeps hinting at this super event that's going to be on Spike TV coming up pretty soon, and it's going to be
for Impact.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle's. It's at least being advertised right now on the Chael Sonnen podcast to be happening pretty soon. Not Impact, because Impact's not on.
So basically,
it's not on there.
Basically,
TNA is non-existent no more.
Ray is floating around from every major minor leagues there is. Because if I saw him doing a promo on Lucha Underground 2-3 weeks ago, and now he's going to do some major event for Impact.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
He's trying his hardest elsewhere to prove that he's physically
still relevant,
capable of being in entertaining.
He's trying to let everybody know that the 619's still out there.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Nate Diaz let us know that the 209 is more relevant nowadays.
Dude,
ooh, I went there.
So they keep hinting at a Nate Diaz GSP match, dude. Nate Diaz GSP fight.
A match?
It's a fight. Now I gotta differentiate.
You gotta get in the right toy box real quick.
So yeah. That's what they keep advertising they keep advertising the Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle match, and they're advertising a grappling match, a boxing match with I think Shane Mosley or I don't know.
Sugar Shane.
Yeah, I think Shane Mosley. I can't really remember who exactly, but I want to say it's Shane Mosley.
Is that? Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
So, but they keep advertising that, and then now that you brought up Nate Diaz, the UFC is advertising Nate Diaz versus GSP. Terrible match for Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz will get crushed. Sorry, terrible fight.
Wrong toy box. You're still in You're still in my toy box.
My bad. So that would be a terrible fight for Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz would get mopped up. He'd get wrestle fucked, as we say.
Or he'd get knocked out trying too hard to knock GSP out.
No. There's no... I mean, the only chance that he would get at being knocked out is if he got ground and pounded out and the ref stopped the match. Fight.
This will be a match one day, folks. Don't worry. Just in a different light.
But yeah, no, that's what would happen. Nate Diaz would get wrestle fucked, or Nate Diaz would get karate kicked in the leg 500 billion times, 500 different ways.
But wouldn't it be epic if GSP Anderson Silva himself?
What do you mean? Oh, like, no, because that's not what
is going to happen.
GSP doesn't get all cocky and stupid and put himself in vulnerable situations to where he can clearly either A, get knocked out, or B,
break his leg over another man.
Yeah, or B, hurt himself severely. Oh, man. And, dude, that Bisping...
I had a feeling the saltiness was going to...
That Bisping
the wound was
Silva
salty,
fight, man.
And it had time to heal, but as soon as he hurt Anderson Silva, the saltiness
we might not be able to see that fight ever again.
Just like us WWE / entertainment geeks in general will never get to see Undertaker versus The Stinger.
Yeah, that sucks.
I congratulate you fully on getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, you stingy little bastard. But
no, dude, he had a career.
He had a great career. But I was born in '92. I'd still love to see him and you going the distance in the squared circle at WrestleMania 33. Or 4, but I really don't care.
Compared to any other
match
you could put on.
Boxing, boring bullshit.
I'd rather
Pacquiao
sign me up. I'd rather see Sting versus The Undertaker this year.
Not even just this year. In general, 10 times out of 10 over any other event.
So I heard this angle the other day. I was like, what if John Cena comes in
man, that guy's already
interrupts that match and for
excuse me and the Heineken
he comes in, interferes with that match, and then they set up Cena versus Undertaker
at
for
33. Yeah, that's silly shit. Cena's already announced the fact that he won't be at Mania, and if he does,
no, he'll be at Mania. He's just not wrestling.
If he pulls a Dudley. And
he's not wrestling in Mania. And dude, how could you believe anything that
they
said they sold out last year?
This goes back to where you like to match it. Whether he's in a match or not, if he interferes, he's going to be in the ring wrestling with The Undertaker, helping out Shane McMahon. So the thing about Cena in general is just gay. C-Nation is dead. Hulkamania lived longer than that gay shit. Sorry, I'm very biased today.
Bitter, bro?
Yeah, I'm very salty.
Did you take a bitter pill, bro?
I forgot to take the...
it's a bitter
I went to the store today, and instead of Gatorade, apparently I bought some Haterade instead.
Anyway. Yeah, dude, for real. Like, John Cena, you gotta respect the guy for what he's doing. I really do,
but the character just
he's the only guy who's making
wrestling
relevant for, like, the last 10 years.
The human being himself is not that bad.
John Cena, dude.
But the character, like, ever since the Doctor of Thugonomics was rested in peace, his little husk loyalty, respect, that's been boring me. I
don't like the PG.
The whole second half of that stint.
I don't like the PG era of wrestling in today's.
We're not in the PG era, bro. We're in the reality era. And guess what? Reality is, it still sucks.
The reality is, they're trying to be PG and
too much,
not trying to entertain. They're more like, I don't know how to explain.
When I hear someone like Big Show afraid to say the word ass over the microphone, and
was afraid
and then in the
to
same
drink
night,
a beer on the WWE Network on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast,
and then the same night after
he put a towel.
Show was afraid
so he wouldn't break kayfabe.
After that same night after Show was afraid to say the word ass over the intercom, he said, "You're not getting me in trouble." I believe Cena just returned and called Del Rio a punk bitch just to get a U.S. title shot. And then he ended up losing. Like, what kind of shit is that? If Cena's supposed to be your ultimate babyface, how are you going to have yourself come out and let your emotions get the best of you and call someone a name like that? Only to not even take
We've
the US
already
title.
talked about what I would do with the storyline. We would do so many different things with the storyline. But all right, let's get off this high horse. Let's get down to business. So let's get to know.
Have we even talked about our movie of the week yet?
Yeah, we did. We started out with the movie of the week.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, what's next to it?
Well, we talked about like if you want to go back and like tell people more about it.
Well, there was a few extremely funny quotes.
Well, throw them out there. So let's Hell and Back with a bunch of great actors.
Apparently, in hell, the first thing that comes to your mind is that you want to suck your own dick in front of your family on Easter. And then you come back to reality where that doesn't sound all that great of an idea.
Nick Swardson, man. That was some good stuff. There was some good writing in that movie, man. Excuse me. Yeah, there was some jokes that in there were pretty good. Walked into that. That was when he went into the Madame Zonar or whatever, the like palm reader psychic lady. And she was like, whoa,
I know what the first thing that comes to your mind is. And then she was way off. She thought that, what was it?
She thought that the hounds of hell are nipping at your ankles, essentially, and you're going to be playing in hell. And then he, coincidentally, ends up, she might have been right, in the fact that the hounds of hell were nipping at his ankles.
But he comes with some off-the-wall shit.
That's when he found the
that
book.
She says that she's heard that from another man before. Oh my God. I wonder how many different weird off-the-wall men you've met
just
in your
watch
life.
the movie. It was so good. So he finds the book. Nick Swardson's character finds the book, takes it out. They end up having this blood pact where with the friend gets pulled into hell. And then just so many different
hence the title to Hell and Back.
Yeah, it was a great movie, and I highly recommend it. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I believe it was only 2.5 stars, but then again, like I said, a lot of adults these days, they don't have the best sense of humor. If the kids got to watch it and they got to vote too, if it wasn't rated R for like Rudy Poo Candy Ass or some shit, like you would have 3. Probably 4 stars on this. The kids would, I'm sure, have the sense of humor that would get more than 2.5 stars.
It was a great movie, all the way around.
2.5 stars is you're drinking more haterade than I have today.
Yeah, for real, dude. Get off the World Wildlife Foundation.
Oh, I love them. Animals are
They're
cute.
the WWE now. Get the F out.
Wait, what?
So, anyway. Yeah.
That reminds me of Dario Cueto's comment in Lucha Underground about the Gift of the Gods Championship. This is not the money in the bank. You can't just cash it in whenever you want.
You can't just cash it in.
You get to decide the place, but I decide the time.
Yeah. So we got some Lucha Underground to look forward to. I got SmackDown to watch, but we didn't watch it. We ended up instead of giving you guys a breakdown of SmackDown, we decided to watch some movies for you guys.
Or a movie, for that matter.
For you, dude, I watched like 3 last night, man. Get on my level, son.
Well, I gave him The Walking Dead. You go ahead and get them on your level.
Yeah, dude.
What was the other movie?
The Martian. It was good, dude. The Martian was a good movie. Dude, so Matt Damon's stranded on Mars, and he has to try and survive, and he's like this botanist. He grows potatoes to keep his life. I heard that scientifically everything holds up in the movie, and it was a good movie. Like, a lot of people talk shit on the movie because a lot of it's Matt Damon by himself, but it's not a lot of Matt Damon by himself. If you watch the movie, it's not just a lot of Matt Damon by itself. And to imagine, dude, being stranded on Mars, bro.
Whether you're by yourself or with just one other person, I could.
Dude, you can't grow, like, everything dies. Like, it got uncovered. His crops got uncovered for like seconds, dude,
and it was instantly
dead, dried up, dead.
Imagine, yeah. There's no oxygen in space whatsoever, but yet you could float around